Okay, we wanted to take a few minutes to talk about Doggie Bows. They're an essential part of our daily grooming routine. Wanted to talk about where to buy them, the right sizes to buy, a little bit general knowledge, because I found that when I first started purchasing Doggie Bows, they were very hard to find. There wasn't a lot of information available on the internet as to where to buy them. And honestly, if you do find them, a lot of times the quality is not so great. And I have Miss Ellie here because she's a little under 5 pounds and she's very small for Shih Tzu. So I think that demonstrating the different sizes with her is a great opportunity if you have a smaller size Shih Tzu. And then I have Stewie, who's close to standard. Last vet check, he was 15 pounds. He still has kind of a smaller noggin, but he rocks the full-size Doggie Bows pretty well. Now, there's 2 places that I like to order Doggie Bows from. 99.9% of the time, I order them from doggiebowties.com, and the other small percentage I order from another website. So I'm going to start with the Doggie Bow ties, and we'll move forward from there. Doggie Bow ties they're all handmade. It takes 5 months or so for them to ship, but they're well worth the wait. And they come in different sizes. They have breeder bows, which are very small. They're simple. And when these guys were little puppies, I'm going to say under 3 months old, I used the breeder bows. But I find that they're still great for everyday adornment. And the size is really nice for a smaller dog like Miss Ellie. Right now she has piggies in because I'm going to demonstrate the piggies, but you get the general idea. This is how big her head is very small. So a breeder bow works really well for her. Another option is what's called a tiny tie. Doggie Bow ties makes them without any crystals or embellishments in the middle, which is great if your dog likes to eat the dog bows. It's pretty much, it's very safe to use. And they look pretty, they're textured. So this is a great size also for Miss Ellie and her small noggin. And the great thing about the tiny ties is if you order them in pairs, you can make puppy piggies. Now, you can see that for Miss Ellie's head, I think they're a little bold, which we don't mind at all making a bold statement. And they're so cute. They're very cute. So if I wanted to be a little bit more simple for the day with her, Doggie Bow Ties sells what's called a Maltese pair, and they're used for the type of piggies and top knots that Maltese dogs wear. And in the show ring, that's exactly what a Maltese would be wearing. And they're very tiny. But for our case, where Miss Ellie has a very tiny noggin, the Maltese pairs are excellent for making piggies. They're not too bold on her head, and they're just what she needs. So I ordered these a lot, and these are special. They have crystals on them, which you know, they're a little bit more expensive. I'm going to say you're going to pay anywhere between maybe $6 and $20 for one dog bow or pair of piggies. But in the long run, it's worth it. I do repair these dog bows myself, and I do clean them, which I'll cover in another video. And that's what I like about ordering from doggiebowties.com. Some of the other websites, the material that the bows are made out of, the quality's not that nice, and once they're smushed, wet, frayed, you can't repair them. And I think for the money, because I find them to be expensive, I want them to be, you know, like signature pieces that I have for the entire life of my dog. So Miss Ellie also wears what Doggie Bow Ties call a puppy size or single loop dog bow. They're definitely bigger than the Maltese pairs. And I put these on the dogs a lot for day-to-day wear because they're, you know, a nice medium size, and it looks really cute in the top knot, and you can tell it's still not overwhelming for Ellie's little head. The single loop puppy bows you can also use as piggies, which I like to do for Stewie because, you know, he's got a little bit of a bigger noggin. So for Miss Ellie, you can tell that it's a little tight. If I, you know, had time in one day, in one video, I'll demonstrate how I make piggies, puppy piggies. They do take quite a bit room up on her head, but I do like them for those occasions where she feels like making a bold statement. And another one of my favorites is a double loop bow. They're puffy in the front and in the back, and I really like these for the top knot, especially if we go out someplace fancy. This one's a glitter bow, which I think is great out in the sun, very shiny. And these guys, like the single loop, have the crystals in the middle. They're really pretty, and this, again, isn't overwhelming for Ellie's little noggin. It's just right. It took her almost a year to be able to wear this type of bow because she just never grew. And overall, I feel that any other size bow is too big for her because she's 5 pounds. So, you know, we have a what's called an in-between size dog bow, which now you're starting to get into like a full-size Shih Tzu sizing. This one's a little fancier, like you'll see it in a top knot for a show dog. I don't know. And sometimes I do put these on Ellie and Lizzie on a special occasion when I want to poof the hair up real tall. It's kind of pushing it for a little bit big for her, but not always. She can still wear the in-between size. They also make what's called a full-size petite, which is a modification of their full-size show dog bow. And I never put these on her because it just takes up her entire head, but Stewie wears them frequently. And then we do have a show dog bow, a show bow, which is full size, and definitely I'm not a big fan with her small stature. You know, and then sometimes we do get very casual, and I'll just give her a little clip, which Doggie Bow Ties, if you don't like the rubber bands on the back that are used to attach the bow to the top knot, some people prefer the clips. Doggie Bow Ties sells them with little alligator clips on the back, which I used for her when she was a puppy because she didn't have enough hair. And there's other various types of clip-on bows on their website. Okay, let me see. Oops, she shipped that one out. We're just going to swap spots. Okay, so the stew man, he's pretty much full size. He's got a big old noggin, a ton of hair up there, and he can rock any size dog bow that he wants. Usually, like if it's raining, because he smushes the dog bows and then I have to clean them, he can do the breeder bow for simplicity. We love that. He can do a puppy-sized single loop, which we absolutely love 90% of the time, just for casual wear. Because of the size, I give him a single loop. Okay. He also rocks the tiny ties every day. I love the texture on the tiny tie. No, he's throwing in the towel. I love the texture. Maybe not purple for Stewie, but that's a good size for him. He's 15 pounds. He has a good size head for it. Which we also make piggies out of them. It's hard to see, but he's got a good size head for making piggies. There's plenty of room for two tiny ties. A lot of times with him, because, you know, he does have the room on his head, I will give him a double loop puppy bow in his top knot, because it is a little bigger, and it's a very nice size for a full-size Shih Tzu. I've also been ordering, no, oh, he's being difficult. But anyway, I also order the in-between size dog bow for him, which are great. You can see he's still got plenty of room. I've been ordering lately these full-size petites because it's just a little bit of a bolder statement for him. Yep. And I do have a couple of these regular size, the full-size show dog bows, and I like them when we want to take pictures or we want to go out someplace. But other than that, the size I think is just way too big for him because he doesn't have all that hair a show dog would have. You know, and of course he can rock the piggies too, which I'll demonstrate in another video. I already went through piggies with Miss Ellie, you know, how they look on her, so I won't go through it with the stew man. But we'll give him the little clip-ons for now. He really likes those. Okay. So what I do is I buy these little 1 or 2 millimeter Ziploc bags off of eBay, and that's how I store my dog bows, because, you know, I want to have them for the life of the dog, and it does a really good job of protecting the dog bow. I am not shy about my doggy bow collection at all. I just find it to be maybe it gets a little compulsive, but it's more they can't have enough. It's like me getting dressed every day. Maybe I would have a shoe fetish. They have a dog bow fetish. And I just found plastic drawers at the Walmart that I store my dog bows in. And I put it in the closet. It stays out of the way. You know, and it's really easy to be organized. Now, sometimes I order dog bows from other websites, which I'll put the link on below. If you want something in a hurry, the quality's not that great, but you could order from like Val's Diva Doos, Bobiz, dogbow.com, I'll link that one, is the only other place that I order bows from. And what I like about them is they come in 3 sizes, and she coordinates them based off of size. So you would have a 5/8" dog bow, which could be used singly or as piggies. I like them on the ladies because they're small. Oh, they have 3/8, 5/8, and 7/8. Now, I like the fact that she ships out. They do come from Canada, and she ships them out very fast. You could have them in a week or so. She sends you, you know, free samples of rubber bands and dog bows upon occasion, which is nice. And I like the variety. You just get really cute bows. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Where Doggie Bow ties is, I like more of a formal look on my dog. But what I like about Bobiz dog bows is there's such a huge variety. They're a little bit on the inexpensive side as far as the dog bows go. But I guess the fact that when they get wet, smushed, frayed, chewed up, there's really no way for me to save these. It's the quality of the ribbon. She does put more of a glue as opposed to a stiffener on it, so it does maintain its shape. However, I can't salvage these dog bows once they've had it. So if I'm just looking for a quick ship or something fun, like this one's got, you know, got the cute little bug in the middle, then I'll order from there. But those are pretty much the only 2 places these days that I order them from. And I guess it's all a matter of preference. But I'll link everything below. These guys are pretty much out of steam today. Thank you. So there'll be no more videos for us until tomorrow. But I hope you enjoy, and if you have any questions, please let us know.